What's going on, everybody? I'm Mike Verlin. You're watching Wild Fed Family, and thank you for watching. And today I'm going to be feeding my family wild food. Now, I just got in from planting some food plots, and I need a good hearty meal. Not only that, I also want a meal that's going to last me up to 3 years. Sounds pretty interesting, huh? Well, follow me in the kitchen. You'll see what we're making. So tonight I'm going to be making a venison stew, and right here I have about 5 pounds of venison trimmings, everything from hindquarters to shoulders, and it's anywhere from 3/4 to 1.5 inch cubes, ready for the grinder or whatever I choose to do with it. And this is what I'm choosing to do with it right now. It's pretty untrimmed. I got tendons, severed skin, and it's only gonna make for a great collagen base. Now, what I did a couple hours ago is I took this out of the freezer and I seasoned it up with 4S wild game, tossed it around, and it's basically been dry brining in this bowl. Now, when I said 3 years, I mean I'm gonna put it in these cans for 3 years. I don't know whether I'm gonna call it a venison stew, a venison soup. I don't know. It's something that I really like to make, and we're gonna make it tonight, and I'm gonna show you how to do it. So to start out with, grab the biggest pot that you can find in your kitchen. I have about a 1/2 cup of beef tallow added. I like using the beef tallow because it gives you a nice beefy flavor, obviously, but you can use olive oil or any sort of high temp smoke point that's not gonna burn your meat while you're browning it up. Now, all of this is smoking hot right now, and I'm gonna do my talking while I can, because once I put this meat in this pot, you're not gonna be able to hear me. Now, I'm gonna keep this rolling on high heat until all the moisture is gone and steamed off, because I want to concentrate this venison and beef flavor and make room for everything else that's going in this pot. So all of this cubed up venison has been pretty much cooked down to the point where there's just a little bit of moisture left in the bottom. Now, all I'm gonna do is add a couple packets of beef bouillon, and you can create your own venison stock. Matter of fact, I have some canned in the pantry right now, but I'm not going to use it because I want to show you how you can do this at home without teaching you how to make venison stock. And the same goes for a lot of things. I got green beans canned, I got pinto beans canned, I got carrots canned. A lot of the ingredients that are going into this I have canned already, but I went to the store and I got some stuff so that I could show you how to do it if you just make a quick trip to Walmart and use the venison that you have in your freezer. But now that I got all of the beef bouillon in here, I'm gonna give it a quick stir, get it kind of mixed in, and right from there, I'm going in with 2 quarts of water, still maintaining high heat, give it a stir, and wait till it simmers. While that is coming up to a simmer, I want to show you what I have prepped in the meantime. Now, I have fresh parsley, I have some fresh garlic chopped up, I have 4 yellow onions, 2 cans of green beans, 2 cans of corn, a big can of diced tomatoes, 3 cans pinto beans, bunch of carrots, whole head of celery, and that is the vegetables and canned goods that I'm using for this recipe. All right, it is at a good simmer right now. And all I'm gonna do is turn the heat off on the stove, pull it off the stove, and we're gonna start adding ingredients. Now, if I were cooking this fresh, I would typically just add all this stuff in here while it's cooking, but I'm not gonna do that for the purpose of showing you what's going on. So I'm gonna start right here, throw in all of the parsley. Next is going to be the garlic, then the onion, and so on. But I'll speed this up for you. Everything is added to the pot, but it also needs some seasoning. Now, I'm gonna start off with some red wine. It's a Merlot, doesn't really matter, it just needs to be red wine. And I'm gonna add about, I don't know, 1/2 cup to it. Next is going to be the plate of seasonings that I've prepared for your visual experience. Now right here is some bay leaves. I got some black pepper, some basil, chili powder, ground sage, paprika, thyme, crushed red pepper, and oregano. And I'm going to add all of this right on top and mix it in. So I got it back on the stove. I'm going to give it a good mix. And right now it is pretty thick. And what's going to happen is as these vegetables start to cook, it's going to break down, release water, kind of loosen up a little bit, but you want to get all of those seasonings mixed down in there. Now, if you're wondering the measurement on the seasonings, I really don't have one for you. And the thing is, it's really hard to over season, but it's really easy to over salt. So I'm going to add a little bit of salt to this, but I'm going to taste it as it starts to simmer and the vegetables start to break down. But I'm not going to cook this down on the stove all the way because a lot of it is going to be done right there in the cans. Now all of this is thoroughly heated. I've got it salted and seasoned to taste, and right now the vegetables are by far not cooked, but they are starting to get tender, and that's really all I want. But it's up to temp and it's time to start the canning process. Now what I have here is 7 quart-sized jars that are ready to go in the canner, which is heating up behind me. And I have a ladle, and I'm just gonna scoop in all of the solids on every single one of these jars. And once again, I'm not gonna make you sit here and watch me do all of this. I'm gonna speed it up for you. So all of these jars are full. I topped them off with broth, and the next thing I'm going to do is just hand tighten some lids on them. From right here, they go straight into the pressure canner. So when I started this video, what I told you is this is going to be good for 3 years. Now, 3 years is a FDA guideline for the canning stuff. Now, FDA is AKA federal government, so take that with a big old pellet-sized block of salt. Now, I'm gonna stick this stuff in my pantry. It's gonna be good for a long time. Now, follow whatever resources you have. Use your own intuition. Do your own research, but keep on canning food, and good food, especially from out in the woods. But I'm gonna go inside, eat the leftovers that did not fit in the cans, and there's plenty of it. But all I gotta say is thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And if you know somebody that is into canning, into hunting, into fishing, whatever it may be, there's plenty of content on this channel to keep you very entertained. Not only entertained, but there's a bunch of information that I have learned through trial and error. So that's all I got for tonight. I'm gonna go inside, eat dinner, spend time with my family, and yeah, I'll see you on the next video.